we got Major Bell, right? So he's in there 3. So we did a little research on our 80s for our 80s party, and we figured out this is Bell, and the Bell, Bib, and DeVoe. We're breaking the trio of the folks that have been in the 3-shot, but when I got here last summer, there were a few folks that were still floating around from those days, but the 3-shot had some struggles, and I think everybody kind of knew that for a while. And there's been a few folks that have been kind of steady state since I've been here that continue to chug away and keep the engine going. You know, Sergeant B sitting here, he's one of those guys. We had some new influx of folks coming on board in all key billets in this battalion. So look at Capt, look at new docs, new capabilities we're getting down there in the BAS, excuse me, which is now expanding its capabilities. And then when you start seeing up here, we poached in Battalion East backyard. We brought this guy on board. He came from Atlanta. Okay, he was Hillard was holding down the fort, trying to keep this place going, and we were struggling with everything that was going on. And everything was a crisis. Everything was immediate, like here and now. And so when he came on board, his mandate was originally, I was looking at maybe putting him in a company billet, and I decided I was going to make him a future operations officer, because if you don't have anybody looking 90 to 100 days out or longer, everything, as I put it, is like walking in the backyard at night and stepping on a rake. It just clocks you in the face. You don't know when it's going to hit you. And so these two together, sort of at the captain level, kept the battalion running and running very well through the course of a lot of things that were going on. If you look at the Marine Corps trials and the things that we're putting together to make that all happen, when we had the entire regiment here, and my first few months in the battalion was spent still closing out investigations from things that weren't done right in the past as far as Marine Corps trials and equipment and all that other stuff. I gave them some very specific guidance. I gave, where's Griffey at? There, right in front of me. I didn't recognize with the hair. There you go. You know, I gave Gunny Griffey, and then Captain Nat rolled in, and some of these other folks started rolling in. I gave them specific guidance, but things started happening. We started getting, here's an idea, fragos start coming out. People writing things that, hey, these are the things that are coming up, and here's what you're expected to do, and publishing them in advance of what was going on. All of a sudden, we're getting our slides and all the other things that are supposed to get done into the regiment in time for deadlines. And things automatically start rising. All boats start rising on the same tide. And these two kind of form this little triumvirate of the Wonder Twins over there. I call them like the Barber brothers, like Kiki and Rondé over here. They're the same barber. But the two of them started working together, and they started doing a division of labor, and they started feeding off of each other. And I'm telling you what, the engine started going on. We started Master Guns Camacho, now Master Sabina on deck. You know, Cook shows up, and next thing you know, the 3-shop is taking off and going places that it hadn't gone before. We still have old school folks like Gunny Casillas in there, and Johnny, and the Chair of War folks, and a host of other folks that are in and out of that section. But at the end of the day, the engine has been these 2 cylinders right here that's been pumping. So we're going to miss Capt Hillard, even though he's like beats on my door a lot and look for daily affirmations from Daddy. Sir, have you ever tried this beer? Do you like this beer? Should I try this beer? It's okay. I understand. But we're gonna miss him. We're gonna miss him, and we're gonna have to get a replacement in there. We're gonna have to get him into the mix and keep this thing going. Because Colonel Dwyer's sitting right here, and in a couple days he's gonna be the voice that matters. And you know, I want to keep that momentum rolling forward and all progress going. We brought in some very key personnel into some key billets here, and they're the right people with the right mindset for the right mission. And so, you know, the Hillards and the Williams, Hilliams, and Naps, and Griffeys, and some of these other folks, or some medias that are coming on board, Bells, Docs. You're all in here, and it's a very screened and arduous process now when there wasn't one before. So I've told folks this before, you should pat yourselves in the back if you're here and you made the cut, because the applications on the enlisted side are probably about that tall on the sergeant major's desk, and the application on the officer side is probably about that high. And if you see, there's only a handful that are sitting here. So I have the luxury of being selective, because my brothers and sisters on the East Coast don't. But I poached, where are you, Chicago?
Yes, sir.
I poached from Chicago, I poached from Atlanta, so they're going to figure it out sooner or later, and they're going to start getting their defenses up. But I'm bringing people in here for a reason that meet the criteria. And Major McConnell's not here either right now, but he's another one. And so we've got a new wave of folks coming in, and you need to welcome them and keep this momentum going. And with that, I want to thank you for everything you've done. Appreciate it. And are you going to Booz Allen or not?
We'll see, sir.
All right. Maybe a nasty contract. Sure. That's all I got.